Awesome, awesome. Good evening, everybody. I'm Dr. Lorenzo D. Smith, the host of Talking Sports Plus Preview Show. And I'm so excited to come before you on Wonderful Wednesday. In other words, it's Hump Day. So we're looking to make this day a special day because we're going to get on to the weekend. It's an outstanding weekend. So we're looking forward to having some exciting things happen this weekend. Week 0 of last week was awesome. Week 1, if you want to call it, football, it was just great. They had some awesome games on television, and we talked about some of those games in our last week's show. Tonight we're going to kind of follow up with some of the thoughts on that. But if you want to be a part of this particular show, if you're on Facebook, it's awesome. It's great to have you on Facebook. I appreciate it. I see people joining in as I begin to talk about it. But if you want to be a part of it, because we have 3 other things that are working, the networks are working as well. Facebook.com/DR, which is Dr. L. D'Alberto Smith. Check me out on Facebook. If you're over here on Periscope or Twitter, and Twitter is Lorenzo D. Smith 15, or you can check us out on Instagram. Today it'll be Lorenza D. Smith. And then see, we also doing YouTube television. So we got a couple things going on, so we're real excited. Now, for our 8 o'clock show, the call-in number for the people, each one of the networks can see it over my shoulder, which in some cases will be my right shoulder. That's 347-857-4192. And if you want to go with the web link, you can go to www.blogtalkradio.com/the Smith Way Production. And we're so excited to come before you. Now, if you want to email the show, you can go to talkingsportsplus@gmail.com. And if you want to tweet this particular show, you can go to @talkingsportsplus with the number 1, as well as @Lorenza D. Smith. And if you want to catch this show on demand, you can catch it through several opportunities. You can go through Facebook. We'll post it on Facebook. We'll post it on Instagram, Twitter, and I have several accounts that I posted on Twitter. You might be a part of one of them. If you're on Facebook, if not on Twitter, you're a part of the Facebook, as well as Instagram. You there, so you can check it out, and we'll make sure we post it so you can also see it. You also can go to Group Me, and you can be a part of my group, which is the Smith Way Production, as well as Tumblr, as well as Google Plus. You can also check it out on LinkedIn. Those are several ways we're getting the voice and getting the word out through these various vessels. Now, we're going to talk some sports. This is our preview show. We're getting it set up for our show at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. And tonight's show will be week 2. Week 2. Who's in or out in the college football playoff. All forms of playoff, whether it's Division I, Division II, Division III, or NAIA, whatever it may be, there's a playoff that they are striving to get to. So we're going to talk about tonight several topics pertaining to that. So we're going to make sure we share some good thoughts about that. We also want you to be a part of our 8 o'clock show, which we broadcast Blog Talk Radio, so you get a chance to talk with us and share your thoughts. And again, that call-in number is 347-857-4192, or you can go to the web link, as I stated, www.blogtalkradio.com/The Smith Way Production. And you can check us out at 8 o'clock. Now, let me share the individuals who will be co-hosting this show with me. And I look forward to having those individuals. These individuals volunteering their time, so I do appreciate it. We come to you on Wednesday night, as well as we have all 5 days covered now when we have shows. We have a total of 7 shows, and we're heard in 15 countries. So glad to say that, because how many opportunities you can say that your voice is heard in 15 countries. There are listeners checking you out, trying to see who you are, checking you out on Facebook, whatever it may be. I get many requests. The individuals just trying to get to know me, as well as invites to come to their country and talk to the various groups. And I look forward to being able to be that vessel, be that voice. God is blessing me, and I said, thank you, Lord, for giving me this opportunity. I give him the praise. No one else deserves that but our Lord and Savior. He gave me this vision as I lied down and said, this is what I can make a difference in our world. And we've been fortunate through our Monday night show, which is Talking Real to You. We focus on political, economic, social, more or less relationships. We focus on all kinds of situations, but just plain old life issues we look at. On Tuesday night is the Dr. Lowe Show. It's the Real Relationship Show. I'm the Real Relationship Guru, Dr. Lorenza D. Smith, and I host that show, and we just have no filters. We just share thoughts. Last show was Black Women Don't Cheat. And we had several people offering their opinions in there. You know, you can go back and check it on my On Demand episode. And on Wednesday night, every Wednesday night, let me let you know, on Monday night we alternate. We didn't have it this Monday, so we'll come back next Monday and Tuesday. We have the 2 shows that I just mentioned for Monday and Tuesday. The Monday night show is 8 o'clock, which is prime time. And the Tuesday night show is 7 o'clock. And then on Wednesday, we're prime time again at 8 o'clock. That's Talking Sports Plus. And the co-hosts that join me for that show on Wednesday night, which is tonight, and that's Coach Tony Stallworth, it's Coach Touchdown Tony Stallworth, Coach Tremaine King Edwards, Coach Lauren D. Smith, our radio personality Daryl E. Train Elliott, and our new co-host that's joining us from time to time as an expert, that's Coach Cameron Gilmer. We appreciate each and every one of those individuals volunteering their time, talking about some of these major topics and these hot topics that's going on. Now I want you to understand that Talking Sports Plus is the voice of the historical Black colleges and universities, high school and middle school athletics in the southeastern part of the United States. So we share all states, high school, their rankings, we get the scores, we talk about various things that's occurring in their state that are considered to be major issues or concerns. Then we talk about the historical black colleges and universities and high school. Let's keep in mind there's 4 major conferences within the big historical black college and university. You have the Southwest Athletic Conference, which is a SWAC. We have the MEAC, which is the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. Then we have the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, which is the you call it SEAC. And then you have the CIAA, which is the Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association. Those are the 4 conferences that make up the historical black colleges and universities. And we are so glad to have the opportunity to share thoughts about them. And we're going to do that as I share some of the format for tonight's show. Our show, again, is titled Who's In or Out in the College Football Playoff. Then on Thursday night, I had to share the thoughts about Thursday night. We have a show, the Minister Shannon Show, and it focuses on just today's life issue. The host of that show is Minister Shannon Hendrick People, and the co-host is Elder Kendall McKnight. He joins us on Thursday night, and that's at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Then on Friday at 2:30, we have Balling with the Doc. That's Central Standard Time. And we talk about just the hottest topics that occurred during the week dealing with sports. And I host that show. I'm so excited to have an opportunity to get that show back to rolling. We did a show on a Saturday, which was a week and a half ago, to get season 3 started off. All of this is about season 3. We're starting season 3, all except the Ministry Shannon Show. Everything else is in season 3, and we're so excited. God bless us on August the 27th, 2017, to get kicked off with our first show, which was Talking Sports Plus. And it was held on Monday night. We moved from Monday night to a Thursday night, from a Thursday night to a Tuesday night, and we got comfortable with Wednesday night. So you can check us out every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Let's look at some of the things that we're going to cover tonight in our format for our show tonight. We're going to look at the Coach's Corner. We're going to kind of look at the situation with the Heisman Trophy that's coming up. After week 1, we're going to look at who's the odd makers that place to be in the top 3, top 4, top 5. And as we share those thoughts, we're going to look at those odds. First, with the awesome week that this individual had, which is Jalen Hurts. Used to be at the University of Alabama, now the quarterback at Oklahoma. His odds has increased to 3-1. Now you understand that's three for every one. Normally when you get closer, you get down to 1 for 1, 2 for 1, 3 for 1. You the odds on favorite to win this. We also have him tied with Trevor Lawrence out of Clemson. He's 3-1 odds as well. And Tua Tagovailoa out of the University of Alabama, he's 3-1. So those are the top 3, and there's several others. Travis NT over there at Clemson. I may not be getting it just perfect, but he's over there. His odds is at 5-2. Then you have Jerry Jeudy out of the University of Alabama. Odds of that 6-1. So you kind of see those individuals teetering the top 5 is for the Heisman. But the first week there was some outstanding performance, particularly with Jalen Hurts. He had three passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns for a total of 508 yards. And that was outstanding, and that kind of brought him up in the top of the odds to win the Heisman. Now, just keep in mind, Oklahoma has the last 2 Heisman winners come out of Oklahoma. Baker Mayfield in 2018. In 2019, you had Kyler Murray, and you have 2020 coming up for the Heisman. So it's going to be exciting from this point on. So keep an eye out for whoever you consider to be the candidate that would win that award. So we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight. We also want to look at which transfer quarterback performed outstanding during the first week. Now we have to kind of give it to the person that brought it to first in the Heisman running at this time after week 1. That's Jalen Hurts, and we're going to talk about Jalen. We're going to look at some of the things that was considered to be kryptonite for him as he played for the University of Alabama until he moved into Oklahoma, where he has Lincoln Riley, a quarterback whisperer. He's an individual, they call him that because they work so well with quarterback, developing quarterback so well, and they look to see some real positive things, and he showed it in the first week. that his performance was outstanding. You had Jacob Eason out of Washington, the University of Washington, had over 300 and some yard passing. Also, you had Justin Fields out of Ohio State, had an awesome day as well. Had counted for 5 touchdowns, four passing touchdown and 1 rushing touchdown. And so that's those are the individuals who there are several others that's transferred, but particularly those 3 stood out front, and we're going to talk about them. Those transfer quarterbacks in the first week in their performance. Which college team performed the best during the Labor Day weekend? We're going to make our choice, but just to share some thoughts when we be looking at these teams, look at these teams, who they was matched up against and how they perform at whatever level needed to be successful. And we'll look at Oklahoma. They performed real well against Houston. Houston is a foe that is competitive. They play hard, but the Oklahomans just stood out 49-21 or something like that. Then you also had Ohio State surprised a lot of people. And the reason I say surprised because with the new quarterback Justin Fields and they're able to just kind of throttle that first game, and they have an awesome game coming up against Cincinnati coming up this weekend. So it's just like we're looking at the opportunity to be successful. We want to share those thoughts with you. So we want you to make sure you join us and just be a part of this as well. I see several people that's joining us on Instagram as well as on Twitter as well as Facebook. Everybody have an opportunity to join in and be a part of it. Give a holler out to the _blushing_Pandy. He's joining us. I'm going to wave back at that person over here on Instagram. We have several others as they slowly come in. We'll give a shout out for each and every one of those. Demetra Besser. She's joining us on Facebook. Thank you, Demetra. Then we have Rita Davis. Thank you, Rita, for joining us. Then we have Jennifer Herring-Burt. Jennifer Burt. Thank you, Jennifer, so much. Jennifer, we was down in Lowndes County at one time together. Then we worked together. She was in Greenville as a career tech director. I worked at a career tech director in Lowndes County, and we worked hand in hand with one of our career coaches. So career coach. So that was real positive, and thank you, Jennifer, for joining us at this time. Just kind of pushing through the night so we can make sure we're ready to go tonight. We always try to spend about 30 minutes talking about what the show is going to be tonight, and that's what we're doing. Now, our next focus will be on the historical black colleges and university and college spotlight. We're going to look at something, discuss the game between the performance of Alabama State versus UAB. University of Alabama at Birmingham. It was an outstanding game. The final score was 24-14, and it was a close game. Matter of fact, from the individual who attended, said Alabama State had an opportunity to win the game down on the 1-yard line with the last 2 or 3 minutes, and was not able to punch it in to go up possibly 25-26 to 24. So that was an opportunity for them, and they didn't take advantage of it, but they showed a classic moment. They played hard. The effort was valid. So we would say look for an outstanding game, which we want to talk about the game coming up, the post-Labor Day Classic this weekend in Montgomery, Alabama at Alabama State University. Alabama State will be taking on Tuskegee University in an age-old classic that used to be played on Thanksgiving, but they moved it to moved it to Labor Day. So we look forward to having an awesome game this weekend. We put your meat in the seat. I've been discussing and talking with several people, just chatting with people about the stadium. The stadium is sold out pretty much on a low level. You can go on the upper level to fill this stadium right at about 16,000 individuals. So be there. It's going to be awesome. Tailgate going to be awesome as well. You can come and stop by. We're doing a old school reunion, blue and white old school reunion, the Phi Beta Sigma and Zeta Phi Beta, as well as family and friend. Come by, check us out. We invite you to come by. We have a cost for the meal. It's $20 if you want to get a eat all you can eat for $20 and drink all you need to drink. It starts at 12 and we'll go into the closing hours. And I won't say what particular time, but we will be there and have an awesome time. So join us Saturday in the tailgate spot on Alabama State University campus. You can join us. We'll be out there early. We'll be out there early getting set up, and you come. I'll be there. We'll make sure we do what we need to do in regards to that. But that is a old school reunion. You can check it out. We also have shirts for it, and those shirts are available. Will be available on Friday as well as Saturday. You have a small to extra large runs at $20, and 2X to possibly 4X will run you right at about 25. Had to put that plug in. Been working hard to get this done, bringing back the individuals from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, just to come back and have an awesome time doing a post Labor Day classic. We also want to look at the challenge between the MEAC and the SWAC that happened this past weekend, and that was Jackson State versus Bethune-Cookman. Bethune-Cookman beat Jackson State in a game on Sunday. It was played on Sunday around the 2 o'clock hour, and it was an outstanding game. And we'll say hoorah to Bethune-Cookman for defeating Jackson State. Now, both of those teams was ranked in the coaches poll with Black College. Jackson State was ranked number 9, I believe, and as well as Bethune-Cookman was ranked number 5, I believe. So you had those two teams going head-to-head top 10 matchup, and Bethune-Cookman was successful in winning that ball game. We also want to look at some other results from week 1. Alabama A&M played an awesome game against Morehouse. It came down to the last second. It was a catch made with seconds on the clock, and Alabama A&M won the game, beating Morehouse, and now they are 1-0. We also want to look at, just talk about the Classic, what to expect in this post-Labor Day Classic coming up. Expect from Tuskegee, expect from Alabama State, just see how it's going to turn out. We want to push forth. I always tell everybody, make it a point to be there. If you're in Montgomery, to come to Alabama State University Stadium. The game starts at 5 o'clock. You can check the game out, and you can enjoy yourself. I always say, put your meat in the seat. Go sit down, buy a ticket. Like I said, the lower level is sold out, all except a corner on the north side over there, where Tuskegee side sit at, in the corner in the left, in what I call the west corner of the north, so it's northwest. There are some seats over there, but on the top level of the home side, which is the south side, plenty of seats. Come and check it out. Be there. Come through tailgate. We expect the pageantry to be off the chain. You know, we're going to make it do what it do, especially at my tailgate spot I've been having, and I'm proud to say 25 years. We've been tailgating for 25 years, and I tell people this is an anniversary for us, and we're so excited. So when we started 25 years ago, we were just willing to do what we need to do. We started off with a little small grill and a couple of chairs and a cooler, and we had a ball. And now we're at a level we just enjoy being a part of the festivities at Alabama State University. And that's myself, and my family, friends that want to stop by. Come by and enjoy yourself. No problem. Just be ready to take on the cost of purchasing you a all-you-can-eat situation at $20. We look forward to seeing you. Like, we'll start kicking up by 12, and we'll be there until the closing of that tailgate section. So we look forward to that. We also wanted to share some thoughts, as I mentioned, about the kickoff classes between the SWAC and there was in the SIAC, which was Alabama A&M and Morehouse, and it was an outstanding game. I just mentioned that, and Alabama A&M won the game the last second. Then we're going to look at some high school storylines, and those storylines are going to focus on week 1, because truly, it was week 0 the first week, now it's week 1. So week 1 last week, and we're going to give you some results on that, some of the outstanding performance that occurred this past weekend, or up until from Thursday up until Saturday. Then we want to look at the Florida high school football ranking, as well as the Georgia high school football ranking. And we're going to quickly, I'm going to take an opportunity, because those are some individuals from Florida and Georgia that was listening to the broadcast and said, when you going to get there, the top 10 ranking here. And I had an opportunity to do top 10. And the top 10 for Florida high school football, we have IMG Academy out of Bradenton, Florida down there. We have St. Thomas Aquinas in Fort Lauderdale. We have Northwestern out of Miami. which is number 3. Central out of Miami, number 4. Columbus out of Miami, which is number 5. Lakeland out of Lakeland, Florida, number 6. Columbia out of Lake City. If you're traveling and get up to 10 and take 75 going south to Gainesville, always down to Miami, you go through Lake City. Also Carroll City down in Miami. Armwood, Vanguard, and Ocala. Ocala is right as you cross to get with a turnpike on 75. You got Ocala and Wildwood, and that's ranked number 10 Vanguard. On the Georgia High School football ranking goes like this: Marietta, for the individual other side of Atlanta, over there is Marietta. Colquitt County, you have them. North Gwinnett County, that's up in north part of Atlanta, North Gwinnett County. Lee County, Parkview, which is number 5. McEacham is number 6. Lowndes, which is Valdosta, down there in South Georgia. Archer, then you have Carterville over there in sort of northeast of Georgia, and also have Cedar Grove. Those are top 10 out of Georgia. So that's what we're going to share our thoughts on. We're going to talk about each and every one of those and see the positive and negative, what's looking for, what's the projection for the upcoming season, because they're ranked in the top 10. And we'll go from there. Now, it's exciting. I'm real excited to have a chance to come early. So be prepared. Join us at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time for Talking Sports Plus. And the call-in number, if you just want to call in, and plus you just to listen to the show, but if you have some comments or questions, that number is 347-857-4192. And if you want to share your thoughts on our 8 o'clock show, just press 1. I identify you with the last 4 digits of your cell or telephone number. Then I actually let her know who you are and where you're calling from, and then give us your comment or question. And if you just want to listen to it by web link, and all you can do is listen by the web link, and that's www.blogtalkradio.com/The Smith Way Production. So excited again to say that. I keep saying it because it's just a great opportunity. This is a vessel to get the word out, and we look for it. And I want to give a shout out to those individuals joining us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whoever it may be. You just want to hear your name, then I'm going to give you that shout out. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to start off with, as I mentioned, we had the_blessing_Padney is joining us, and maybe she'll type in her name and let us know exactly what's her name. We have Leon Bell, one of my frat brothers, Leon Bell. Thank you, Frat, for joining us. Appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you down here on Saturday, checking out the old school reunion. We'll be having a ball. We want you to be there, brother. We're going to give you a wave. We're going to wave back at you and say thank you for joining us, Leon. Thank you so much. We also have, as I mentioned, Demetra Besser. Thank you, Demetra, for joining us. We have, again, Rita Davis. I'm going to mention her name. Jennifer Burt, she's joining us. Shanita Arrington Mitchell. Shanita, appreciate you joining us, good friend of the family and supporting in many ways. Thank you, Shanita. Latoria Legacy Dickens Foxworth. Thank you, Foxworth, for joining. Latoria, thank you. Some people say Latoria, thank you for joining us. It's been awesome. You know, some are joining in as I get ready to shut down, but we're ready to shut this down. I want you to join us at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's Talking Sports Plus. I will be hosting that show, and I am Dr. Lawrence D. Smith, and my co-host is Coach Tony Touchdown Starworth, Coach Tremaine the King Edwards, Coach Lauren D. Smith, our radio personality Daryl E. Train Elliott, and last but not least, Coach Cameron Gimmer. Thank you so much for joining us at this time. We're going to move forward. If I see another individual, I want to give her a shout out on Facebook. As I begin to look across, I see individuals joining us. LaPrice Sanford. Thank you, LaPrice, so much for joining us. It's just awesome. And as I look at Latoria, I'm going to look at it. I'm going to assume that underscore down there, that color is a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Thank you so much for joining us at this time. You know, as my sister, and I do appreciate her joining us, and the many other Zetas as well as other organizations. Demetra, member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority. We want to give her a holler out. and a shout. There are several other individuals. Just make sure if I'm missing you, I'll give you that shout out because you took time. You represent every time you come on, and we appreciate it. Again, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Talking Sports Plus. We look to have an awesome show. The title of our show is Week 2, Who's In or Out of the College Football Playoff. It's going to be an awesome time. I know other people are joining as well, so I see them. I'll make sure I stroll up. My frat brother just joined us. That's Derek Lawson. Thank you, Derek, for joining us. Member of Epsilon Theta Sigma chapter in Haynesville, Alabama. Thank you, Derek, for joining us. He's also have his self-employed. He's an outstanding DJ. He's looking for you. You know, you want to just go to Derek Lawson, his Facebook page, and if you want to hire him to DJ, he will do an outstanding job. Derek, I gave you a plug, so take advantage of that opportunity. Thank you so much. So join us at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And as we close this show out, I will just give us some music. I always try to play some music for those people that feel like they're being blocked out, but it's all right. I'm going to get to the song that's right fitting to close this out. And I'm so glad God blessed it. I'm going to bring it down a notch because this is really, really a song that's truly special to me. And I want us to, and that's not it. I am sorry, team, but this one is something special. It's joy. It's joy. And as we close it out again, I always tell everybody, my hashtag is keep on grinding. My hashtag is communicate for understanding. And last but not least, I love you, and ain't a thing you can do about it. Have an awesome rest of the night. But join us at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Talking Sports Plus. As I turn it down, we have individuals joining us, and I want to make sure I give them that shout out as well. We got Deborah E. Hutchison. Thank you, Deborah. You're joining us just about every week. I appreciate you, Deborah, taking time to join us. And just enjoy this song. I don't have the rights. I don't own the rights to it, but I want you to check it out. It's all about joy.